Yeah, you know what?
Country Cafe?
I'll go into mine. Yeah, I'll go into mine. So I actually did watch this. Yeah, so I watched my or was it Quiet Country Cafe?
Mhm.
Quiet Cafe. I don't
Nice.
know. Lucas fucks with it. This is his recommendation. I gotta tell you, it wasn't exactly something that I like, but it's also at the same time something I like. It was good. I liked it,
There's
but
nothing
like
going on though, right?
exactly, it's
Yeah.
not like blowing you away. It's not like
But
it's
it's just
just
so
chill.
good.
It's just
Yeah.
a good vibe. It's like she's a single girl, but she's not like flirting with
No,
guys or
I was
anything.
high
She's
as
just doing
fuck
her
watching
thing.
that shit,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
was high and drunk.
Yeah.
I'm watching this. I'm like, why is this such a good vibe? Like I'm just so chill. But basically, it's essentially this young lady who's apparently a robot or something. I think it's an OVA
Yeah.
that I watched. It's like this 1 hour thing. I found it on YouTube. It's like 2 episodes kind of in one. And like she's almost like a robot or something. I don't really know the full backstory, but she's in this really small remote village in Japan, and she has this cafe. There's this old guy who has this gas station. There's all these, and there's like two other characters who like really like. There's not many characters, but like there's basically a storm one night, and she has this really small cafe, kind of breaks down, and then she kind of when it's like broken down, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go on and travel, and I'll come back. When I'm back, I'll build this up again. And she travels. She goes to Yokohama. She goes to all these different places, walking, mind you. She's walking by foot, like on these different paths and shit. And she just does different stuff. Like she runs a little shack where she sells grilled corn, and then she meets like some other guy who's a robot, and he fucking has a he's like an airplane nigga. But like it's not even like they're robots. They're like human. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like it's good. At the start, I didn't like it. It was kind of a slow starter, but once you get in the story, you're like, there's no reason not to watch it. It's kind of like you don't hate it, but you don't love it. I mean, it was just
I
calming.
thought
and chill.
and for me, I like just to add to your shit. I think like the scenes were like good, like the backgrounds and everything was pretty good. And to add
Yeah.
to the OVA part, it is an OVA, and there is one other OVA that came out like 2 years before that one. But like, there's no complete show, so like the plot's like bare bones. Like there's so much shit that doesn't get answered. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And to go off what you said, he's very right. It's a very visually striking anime. I think it's early 2000s, so it's very rich colors,
and the
very
music.
simple. Yeah, you were right. It was great composition for that. But yeah, it's like because it's on the country, right, in Japan. So when you picture, it's like almost like Kimi no Nawa. You know how they have like the big, almost bay area with the beautiful water going out, and it's like a beach. It's similar to that. So you have all this beautiful water background and it's all this nice wood. Because I won't lie to you, how I always think about it. If I ever pull up to Japan, I'm gonna, you know what I mean, go to Tokyo. You know what I'm saying? Go to Osaka, go to Kyoto. But what I really want to do is go to these small villages, on the coastline and like see just how like you know what I mean. They really live as people because that's just very visually striking and beautiful. So overall, if you're ever trying to sit back and just chill, smoke a joint and have a beer, watch that shit. Simple.
Nice.
What
I
do
got
you give
one.
it out of 10? Sorry.
Oh,
I'd give it a 6.8, but it watches. But if you're in the
That's
right
so
vibe, it can
fucking
watch like a
specific.
9. It can watch like a 9 though. Like if you're like, it's
Yeah,
a
I
good
was gonna say,
vibe.
I
It's your
gave
day
it a
off. You have a
9.
beer. You could like it could be a 9. But for me, off rip, if I'm watching it day to day, it's a 6.8 for me.
all
Bro,
right.
6.8 or sorry, you mean like 9 as in the number 9 or 6.9?
I'd say it's like a fusion because like on an average day, if you're just watching it to watch it, it's only like 6.87 ish area. But like if you're in a good vibe and you want to just be in that chill zone, it can watch as a 9 in my opinion. Like it was like a
Alright.
9 at some points, but a 7 at some.
It's got a 7 on my anime list. The one question I had for you was, so it came out in 2002.
Yep.
When is it set? Because if she's a robot and like when is the
I don't
setting?
even know, bro. I tried to look it up a bit. I don't know. Maybe Lucas knows more, but it almost gave me like not a post-apocalyptic feel, but like
I will tell
post-transition
you.
of technology kind of feel.
Yeah. So like the setting is there's no exact year, but the setting's in a time where Japan's like almost extinct, and there's only like barren like villages and like technology here and
Wonder.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Because there was barely any characters, bro. I swear, in the whole hour I watched, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 characters, 7
wow.
characters.
Okay.
And you know what? And they didn't even develop them, but like you knew exactly who they were. Like you're like, I know that guy. Like the Oji-san who like protects her because he's like, hey, come back to my fucking not anywhere. She's like, come back to my gas station. She
Mm.
stays there, comes back. Her whole cafe is destroyed. So if she would have stayed there, she could have been in some real, bad trouble. So like it's like he's that dependable old guy who looks out for, you know what I mean, young
Bro,
kids who
his
aren't.
face is
And
hilarious.
yeah, he's always smiling. He always has
Uh,
this weird smile drawn on him. Yeah,
Mm.
like it's funny as hell. Yeah, it's good shit. It's a good vibe. I would recommend you two watch it. Just if you're chilling one night and like you have an hour to spare, throw it on. It's cool.